Hello and welcome to our daily sketching routine. It is Saturday, September 28th, 2024, and today's topic will be developing a thumbnail sketch. And to start off with, I'm just going to be using a mechanical pencil, and I'm going to be developing this sketch right here. So do it kind of this big. And this is an approach to doing this. Sometimes it can be helpful to do it this way, but basically I'm just going to take this and sketch it out bigger so I can add more detail and develop it. So one way to do that is to find the midpoint like this, and you could have, so I'm gonna make a grid, and the thumbnail is sketchy enough and like small enough to where I can, like, it has like, it's not as detailed, so I can just do like a simple grid. Help me get the proportions correct. And then once I do that, I'll just go ahead and do somewhat similar proportions down here. And so the thumbnail will be a little bit off camera so I can fit in the sketch. So yeah, I'll just do something kind of somewhat in a similar proportion, like basically portrait. I'll just use it as a guide, and that's one good thing about doing a thumbnail. You don't have to be like that precise. So I'm just gonna keep it in this frame, and it'll be off of that thumbnail. Now I might maybe put the thumbnail like off to the corner here, like in the, when I go to edit the video, so you can see what I'm doing. So then now that I do that, I'm gonna find like the midpoint. Again, it doesn't have to be exact because I kept the thumbnail sketchy enough to where I don't have to be that exact. However, if you did want it to be exact, this would be one way of doing that. Just make the grid smaller. Kind of like that. All right, and yeah, I'm gonna use a pencil because think of it like in stages. So in the previous stage was, so again, this is all going to be from imagination, and if I am going to use reference, then I'll talk about that if I record it. Otherwise, I would just like use reference maybe after this part. But so originally, so I just start sketching out using that as the guide. Just focusing on the basic proportion here. But I was gonna say that I don't exactly remember what I was gonna say, but basically, yeah, like in the stages. So, oh yeah, working from imagination. So, it's good to do thumbnails. So number one, you can develop something from your imagination without getting caught up in detail, because that's what's going to like make you stuck. And then at this stage, it's like, since I'm calling it developing the thumbnail, so at this stage you start to lock in a little bit more of like really the forms and stuff, and then like the big forms, the general forms, and like the basic design that you're going for, and still keeping it pretty loose like this. And it depends on what you're going to do after this. So I'm not going to like really darken like the pencil lines and like shade everything in. I pretty much won't take it much further than like this level of like refinement with the pencil, because I'm either going to ink it or I'm going to paint it. And if I ink it, it'll be kind of like a style guide for myself, or concept art. Same with like if I paint it, it might be like concept art, because I don't look at this as like being really like an illustration. But it could be good for concept art or like a sketchbook kind of thing, and also for like my writing, it'd be good reference. So here it's about the composition, just taking the thumbnail and refining the composition. Again, kind of as concept art. So I'm interested in like the design, like the look and the feel. And I'm also changing like stuff from the thumbnail, like making it look better. And then there's like another level, like if I were to, I would take this sketch as far as I need to, so that when I go to ink, that would be another level of refinement. Or like if I go to add color, it would be another level of detail to it. So it's about answering questions that you might have. It's about refining like the concept, like the proportions, working out things like the perspective, but not worrying about the detail, but having a good drawing. That's the thing. The detail doesn't make a good drawing. The details are details. And normally what I would do is put in the concept, put in my designs, and then when I go to look up reference, I'm not really trying to make my drawing look like the reference, because I'll have my drawing. What I'm doing is I'm just going to take like details from the reference to enhance what I have here to make it look the way I want it to look, and like to have the feel that I'm wanting. So again, I'll add the thumbnail to the like the video over here somewhere so you can see what I'm doing. But basically I'm just transferring the I might make like indications. So yeah, I'm transferring the sketch to like the drawing here. I might make like a little bit of indication of lighting, but I'm not going to sit and like shade all of this because I'm going to ink it. But it might be good to kind of decide, like sketch out like the shadows here. Now, if I were to look up some reference, I would maybe just keep sketching. Like keep it kind of like this. And if I am going to ink it, which I probably will for this picture, it's really as a guide to myself, just so I can get like all the design, basically like the shapes. Like if I haven't made up my mind about the details of the figure, I'm just gonna leave it at that. Like if I haven't figured out like the hairstyle and whatnot. So you can see that I'm adding more forms. I'm adjusting like the bed, like refining the forms, making it look a little bit more accurate without a ton of detail. Also, like when I ink it, I'm gonna add a lot of the little like the line work, like the textures and stuff. So really I just need to know the like the forms and like the shading and stuff, like the shadows, where they're gonna be. I didn't start a timer, but I kind of got a feel for it by now. So for example, for like the decoration of like the bed, I'm just gonna give myself a little bit of, like I'm gonna look that up. So yeah, that's what this stage is all about, how to develop a sketch from a thumbnail. I'm just gonna put in like whatever lines that are important from the thumbnail, and you can see that I'm using it as a guide. And adding whatever I need to. And I feel like at this stage, I can feel more confident about looking up reference and still having it be based upon my ideas. Because a lot of the ideas is here. And like I said, if you're wondering, well, how do you come up with the idea in the first place? That's what the studies are for. So when you look up reference, just do your own like studies of what you're seeing, but then when you go to create your own drawing, I mean, to me, like, studies are good. It's just that to me, that's not meant, like, there's nothing wrong with just doing studies from reference, but that's, to me, it's not really meant to, like, how do I say it, like, either be sold, like, for commercial work or a portfolio or something like that. My goal is for that, and also to, like, help people to be able to draw. So as much of their, like, your ideas is in it, like, the better. So, like, if I add some details here, I'm gonna make it go with my drawing. And also the story that I have in mind. So yeah, that's really it. I would just keep sketching until you have whatever details you need. Like I said, I wouldn't like go in and like try to make perfect line work, because I know I'm going to ink it. So I just need the as much detail as so that I don't have to like think about it as I'm inking. Also knowing that I'll like kind of add some stuff as I'm inking also. But I just want to for myself, I'm answering like questions that I might have. So I'm gonna wrap up this video, and for next week, for October, I'm gonna be focusing on like the skeleton for anatomy and stuff for figure drawing, which I think, one, I would like to practice, and also I think it would be fitting for Halloween. Yeah, with that said, thanks for joining me today, and until next time, keep on sketching.